Not even going to let you get it out. Nope, nope, nope. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. We already know the old school adage right there. Wileyism, but let's talk about the Lakers in terms of a team that comes in as the defending champs. Now, if you haven't played sports before, maybe hearing defending champs would scare you. But if you've ever been on a court, on a field, and the team that won before has nothing to do with the team you're going to see that day, it doesn't scare you. Let me talk about the mindset of a professional athlete. They basically looking at this team, the Los Angeles Lakers, as y'all compromised. You guys are limping right now. Oh, my goodness. Is LeBron James at 80, 90% right now? Is Anthony Davis maybe even lower than that percentage in terms of effectiveness? Only 13 points? Did DeAndre Ayton outperform Anthony Davis and may do it again? Absolutely. Did we just beat a team, defending champs, with a one-armed Chris Paul on the floor as our general? Yes, we did. So there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Look at here. They are the 2 seed. I'll be damned if I'm scared of the 7 seed. I don't give a damn what they defended. On top of that, we already beat y'all. So what is there to fear in this moment right now? Oh, y'all gonna wake up from the dead. Oh, you guys really want to play now. Oh, you were just jogging, now you're gonna run. Well, run top speed, big dog. Who's to say we have hit our top speed just yet? So if I'm a Phoenix Sun right now, especially with Chris Paul coming back from the stinger, he'll be fine. Oh, nothing to fear but fear itself.
I like that take. I give you some snaps, but I disagree with the take. CB, I'm going to go somewhere that hopefully you can agree with. And Sel, I'm going to speak your language, too, while we here.
Money?
The Suns absolutely should fear the Lakers because fear is dependent upon unknown damage that somebody can inflict or something can inflict. One might be afraid of heights, not because of the height itself, but because what happens if you fall from said height? One might be afraid of flying in an airplane, not because of the airplane itself, but what might happen when you are involved or in an airplane. So you got to be afraid of the Lakers, not because of the Lakers themselves, but because what might happen when involved with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, 2 people who ranked 5th and 6th all-time in NBA history as far as playoff scoring with 28 points per game, respectively. You have to be afraid of the Lakers if you are the Phoenix Suns, because you know the damage they can inflict. You saw AD drop, 42, 15, 5, and 5 against this same Phoenix Suns team just 2 weeks ago? You know what LeBron's capable of doing if you just watched the play-in game 2 games ago. So you know what these different Lakers, the type of damage that they can inflict. For that reason, I think you have to be afraid of the Lakers. But the crux and the strength of my take comes here. We always speak about fear as though it is a bad thing. But remember, love and fear are 2 of the greatest motivators. So fear for the Phoenix Suns actually should be their strength. You absolutely should fear the Lakers because fear is what will keep you out of bad situations. I feared getting C's in high school. As a result, your boy got B's and A's, particularly even when I got to college. I feared missing curfew because what my parents were going to do. As a result, it kept me out of trouble. Fear, Kamaru Usman, one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in the world, came on and said, fear drives me more than the thrill of victory. And as a result, he hasn't lost a fight since 2015. So fear is indeed one of the biggest motivators. And CB, I'm going to talk to your language because I know you a religious man, a man of faith. What Proverbs say, CB?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
My dog Marcellus Wiley and my dog Chris Broussard. And you know Proverbs, CB, it's written by the wisest man to have ever lived if you believe said things. So with that being said, the Suns should absolutely fear the Lakers, but I'm not going to speak on fear as though it's a bad thing.
You rallied there at the end, Acho. Your second half of your statement was fantastic. Because I'm typically with Marcellus on this. I don't like the word fear. Maybe it is semantics, you know, but I don't. And you brought up the proverb, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord. Clearly, he's superior, okay?
Yeah.
So I fear him because he's superior.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't fear another team or another man because they're not superior. And so I hear what you said. Obviously, fear motivates you. We've heard all types of fighters and players say, you have fear when you step on the court. But I rather the word respect. You have to respect the Lakers as the defending champions and obviously the great things some of their individual players have done. And you have to know that LeBron James, as great as you feel after game one, you have to understand that game one for LeBron was a feel-out game. It was like if you in the boxing match with Floyd Mayweather and you feel like you landed the most punches in round one. Well, understand, Floyd was just feeling you out. All right, it's about to get worse for you. And LeBron, go back last year, lost game one to Portland.
Talk about
thinking, the Blazers are going to sweep.
Yes, sir.
The Lakers win the next four. Lost game one to Houston. Houston's going to sweep.
Yes, sir.
Lakers win the next four.
That happened.
LeBron often uses game one as a feel-out. He was passive. He settled for threes. The Suns have to understand, he's going to be much more urgent, much more intense, play with much more energy and aggression in game two. So be ready for that. And then AD. You right, Marcellus. I mean, DeAndre Ayton outplayed him in game one, and AD has been getting dogged for the last 2 days. He's been getting roasted. And you guys know what happens when a man gets tired of being roasted and dogged. You mentioned him earlier. Ask Kwame Brown. All right, he comes out with fire.
Yes, sir.
All right, and he comes out with a vengeance. And I think tonight the Suns have to expect AD to come out with a vengeance. So don't fear him, I would say, but respect him and know that LeBron and AD are coming with truth tonight.
CB, I need actually Marcellus's help because you made a good point about Floyd Mayweather from a macro sense, but there's even a bigger micro sense that Sel brings up all the time. Sel, you told me that you was having a private conversation with Floyd, a somewhat private to some degree, and he told you that not even in the first round, within the first couple punches, Marcellus, what Floyd do, man? You know better.
Yeah, let me wet snitch again, telling y'all what me and Floyd talked about. After the Pacquiao fight, I used to live right next to Floyd, so I went up to his house, talked to him for a second, said, man, how did you know how that fight was going to go, what was going to happen, blah, blah, blah. He says, I got this little punch, this little check punch. If you ever watch Floyd fight early, it's a straight right to the diaphragm. And he says, and then I listen. And he says, I want to hear that sound. And that sound, whatever sound I hear, tells me how he's feeling that day. And whatever Pacquiao said, it wasn't good enough because he started to give him some of the business. Acho, take it.
And so with that being said, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one, CB, and the fact that LeBron James was just throwing that little straight right that Floyd throws. Just that little straight right. Let me just see what the Suns are capable of. And now he's going to go back and reassess. But here is where I will push back on the greater logic of not just us on this show, but I think in society as a whole. It's not respect. I'm going to say that the Suns should actually fear the Lakers. We think that fear has such a negative connotation, just like we think that word judgment has a negative connotation. You can't judge me. Nobody can judge me. Actually, I'm going to judge you because what I'm going to do is assess the situation and figure out how involved I want to be in said situation. Now, you can call that judgment, but I'm simply going to say that judgment is me assessing a situation. In the same manner, fear, we think, oh, fear is cowardly, fear is anti-machismo, fear is anti-macho man. No, fear is just a reverence to a power you know is capable of being more dominant than you. And we know that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are capable of being more dominant than them. I was at Venice Beach yesterday.
What?
I fear...
For what?
I was on a bike ride, biking down the ocean. I fear the ocean. Now, I also can respect and revere the ocean, but I fear the ocean because the ocean is a power that is capable of being much more strong than I am.
Yeah.
In the same breath, Devin Booker a dog, CP a dog, Ayton proved to be a dog, but Anthony Davis and LeBron James are powers that are much stronger than they are if they decide to activate.
Well, I'll be scared at the ocean, too. One, you went to Venice Beach right now. Have you seen Venice Beach lately? Lord, what's going on over there? And two, the hell you got a bike in the water with? Like, you going in the water with a bike?
On a path.
Well, I'll be scared. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you should fear the water, damn it. It's 75% of the planet, and more importantly, it's undefeated. Like, water, hey, I could be gentle. I could whoop your... That's water. That ain't the Lakers. Let me talk about who the Lakers are. And CB's right. You rally in the second half like the Brooklyn Nets, but the beginning of your takes, the hell you talking about? Kwame Brown, even... Damn, we love you, Kwame. You can tell on this show you got a home, brother. Kwame Brown and Chris, you better duck because Kwame be coming at your head. I want to hear your retort sooner or later.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know too. We fear no man, so you better get back at him. Kwame Brown says this. We should ban the word bust. I think I heard that from him because you know what? I want to add to that list. Let's ban the word fear in sports. Acho, I'll give you a hypothetical. You my track master up here. We race. Acho and I, we race. You beat me. Now, you know this is a hypothetical, and this is a lie, because you ain't beat me, boy. But you know what? You beat me. And then I say, run it back. Now, in your head, you like, all right, why? I ain't fearing him. I ain't scared. Why should you be? You just beat me. Despite I'm a national record holder. Despite I'm a national champion. I'm in the history books in track and field. Better than I am in football. But you ain't scared because you already beat me. Why would Phoenix be scared of the Lakers? They just beat them. Matter of fact, Phoenix has beaten the Lakers 3 out of 4 times this year. Hello, anybody counting those wins? They've out-rebounded them in all 3 wins. Oh, they also have home court advantage. Oh, and DeAndre Ayton is going to change his name to DeAndre Eaton off of Anthony Davis, averaging 18 points, 9 rebounds, while shooting 73% from the field. Excuse me. What is there to fear? I understand, God, I got you. But the rest of these dudes walking around in purple and gold and Urkel and old, man, that championship last year in that bubble, bruh.
Yeah, I'm with Marcellus on this, Acho. And you said it in your answer. You said you fear something that you know at its strength can take you out. And I don't think the Suns can go into this series like that, thinking that, you know what, if LeBron really balls out and if AD really balls out and they play to their best, they gonna beat us. So we fear them. No, they have to go into this game and the rest of this series thinking whether he brings his best or not. If you have to say it's because he's 36 years old, if you have to say it's because AD is ailing, whatever helps you sleep at night. But you gotta be thinking his best, my best, I still can take him out. And that's what I loved about the Suns in game 1. I didn't see fear from Devin Booker or DeAndre Ayton. And I was expecting to, because we remember the Eastern Conference when LeBron was there with Cleveland. And Toronto would boast a big and bad record, 50-something wins, #1 seed and all that. And then they would see LeBron James and they would get shook. And it wouldn't even be a series. Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton were not shook. And I like it. That attitude, look, I think the Lakers still are going to win this series. But that's the right attitude to have, and it might make them make it competitive. And I think in the future, because the boys are young, it is going to bode well for them. With their leader injured, CP3, those two went out there and played outstanding with no fear.
Yeah, man, look, if I'm Devin Booker, I'm sitting here saying I have more points by myself than AD and LeBron combined. Now, I know a scared mindset when I see it because there's times when I doubt myself, growing up especially. And you can sit there and say, oh, the law of averages, oh, they're going to get it this game. Oh, God, we got to be scared. But always flip that coin over and say, Devin Booker, you can get more as well. Like, I know AD and LeBron going to get more, but Devin, who said you capped out at 34 points? Maybe you can get more as well. This is another reason why I'm not scared. Because I'm a damn football player. We deal in a much more brutal sport where there are graver consequences. I'm talking about somebody hit you, they just say second down. Somebody hit you in football, in basketball, what's the consequence? Oh, we got to go to the free throw line. Everyone has to stop and watch me make these 2 charity throws. Stop playing, man. This ain't the same thing. So look, what's the worst that can happen to the Phoenix Suns tonight? They split. They got a split with the Lakers, defending champions. No grave consequences, so no fear. Acho, they just beat the Lakers. And the Lakers had 28 free throw attempts to their only 12. It seemed like the charity gods, it seemed like the referees, everything was trying to say, not only beat the Lakers, but beat us. And they beat both of them. Why are you scared?
I'm not scared. There's a difference. That's why I had to get back in here, Sel and CB.
Sounds scared.
You said scared and I said fear. Remember, those 2 different words. I didn't tell them to be scared of the Lakers.
You said
I
afraid.
said they should fear the Lakers.
Take me
Y'all
down
gotta
this path.
understand.
What's the
We got to go
difference?
down this path, Sal.
What?
You went to Columbia, big dog.
Yeah.
You should already be down the path, and I should be walking to you on the path.
I don't know, man. This feel like I'm on a PCH, and you're like, all right. Like,
Look.
where else we going? It's only one place to go. Shoreline.
Fear is this.
Where we
It's
going?
understanding that something is likely to cause you danger or a threat.
Yes,
That
fact.
is what I'm saying. The Suns should understand that the Lakers can cause them danger and a threat. I am not saying that they should be afraid of the Lakers.
Isn't that every
I'm
team?
saying that
No.
they should No. Some teams, are incapable. We know that, like the Houston
But the
Rockets are
Lakers-
incapable of causing most teams danger or a threat. I think they won 16 games on the season.
I
or
never
17.
thought there was a fear scale. But let me hear.
But the Lakers, you understand what LeBron and AD are capable of. You ain't got to be scared in the moment, but you got to understand what they're capable of so you can be cognizant of how to act better for yourself. That is all I'm saying.